Hey guys, it's Rhea. Welcome back to another video, and if you're new here, hey, how are you? We do Sims 4 speed builds here, and today we are in Brindleton Bay working on a vet clinic. If you came from my last video, you'll know that we were in Brindleton Bay working on a restaurant lot, and I wanted to keep the energy, work on another community lot in Brindleton Bay because I really enjoyed the overall aesthetic of the world, and I really do enjoy a community lot. I love making them blend into the world around them when I'm building them. I did that a lot with this build. I will show you guys and I will talk about the details that I use and how I access them, because I use a lot of debug items in builds like this. If I'm doing a community lot and I really want it to feel like it blends in with the world around it or makes sense, if that if that computes, you'll know what I mean when I point out the details and like just the little tiny differences that can really take this from just like an average build to looking like something that you would actually see not only in The Sims but maybe in real life. So if you've never accessed the debug menu but you know how to put cheats in, you just go to your cheat menu and you type in bb.show live edit objects, and you can also type in bb.show hidden objects. If you don't know how to access your cheats or you've never used anything like that before, just let me know in the comments below and I will make a video for you on how to access that, and kind of we can even do a debug overview and I can go through items and show you just multiple different uses and a few of my suggestions or even some of my favorite items from debug. I will love to make a video like that for you guys, so just let me know if you need any help with that, and I am more than happy to oblige, because I know that there are a million videos explaining it out there, but some people just prefer it to be explained to them by like a different creator, or you know, maybe they like the way that I explain something, so I'm more than happy to do that. But the debug menu allows you to access things like this fence right here, for example, is totally free, and this fence is not in the normal catalog, but it is an item that is already in the background of the game. So if you see in these wider shots to the left hand side behind the vet, you will see the same fence or a similar looking fence behind the lot, and that has already been used by the people that make the game in the background. And eventually, this was a few years ago, they gave us access to things like that that were already in the game that they didn't have to like create or anything like that, but you know, we didn't have access to before. So I am very happy that we have access to that stuff now. It makes my builds a lot better, and I think that it helps me blend in like these community lots a lot better and makes it a little bit more believable for me personally that this is real. Like for me, the little fire hydrant and the little grate that I put out there, and even like the tree cover things, I don't know what you call those, let me know in the comments, but like the little tree things, all of that just sells this more as like a community lot versus a residential. And being able to do things like that in addition to putting like the sidewalk slabs down and then making that border myself with that ancient ruin tile, that really will build this lot up to making it feel like a community lot and making it feel like it was, you know, built to be a vet clinic, or you know what I mean, like it was, you know, made for the community to be functional and for people to gather. I really like that. I really like having access to things like even the like little newspaper thing that you see me put in the front left. I think that it's an excellent way to like blend your builds in, excuse me, sorry, blend your builds into the worlds a little bit better, and it's an excellent use of space. I mean, without putting like 55 little benches around this place or like a bunch of little flowers or like etc. There's so many different options. Like you can easily just throw a debug menu item down that most likely is free. Not everything in the debug is free, but things like that are free. And things like this fence is free. So if you ever do something like rags to riches, you don't have a lot of money, but maybe you want your house to look nice, you have a lot of options in debug. I highly recommend you looking there. And if you are working on a lot of community lots, I really recommend looking there as well, because you know, for me, it sets my builds apart. Just this is my personal belief. You might think it looks worse with all of the clutter, but I really like it. I like clutter. I like things to look a little more realistic in my save file, and so that's why I really appreciate having the debug menu and being able to access all of these extra items without paying, or you know what I mean? Like, it's just as simple as putting in some cheats and boom, I'm like ready to go. I have a bunch more stuff ready for me to like throw into my builds to make them just feel that much more realistic or give them that extra little oomph that I'm like looking for. So I highly recommend going to the debug menu if you've never done it before. It's one of my favorite tools. When we first got access to it, I literally probably just spent an entire day looking through every single new thing that I got to go through, like access to, and I was like, oh my god, this is like a builder's dream. So I've had a lot of fun with it in the time that we've had it. And honestly, if you are like a new simmer and you don't know life without access to that, oh my gosh, you're just like very lucky. And I'm extremely jealous of you because having access like granted to me, that's how I feel. I was granted access. Like that, it fully changed my life. I feel I'm just so thankful. Thank you so much. I'm like bowing. I'm bowing right now. Okay, so the build is gonna finally come together and start looking like something here in just a second. I add this little fence. I add a bunch of different food bowls, and I did fill all of those for the little babes because I know that not a billion dogs or cats are gonna be here just throughout the day chilling, but I wanted to give people an option. If you wanted to just bring your pets here to play or something throughout the day, you totally can, and there's plenty of space back there and a lot of food bowls, and everything is taken care of because I want them to be nice and cozy. I don't play with pets in my game just because I don't like the fact that I can't control them. Like, that gives me anxiety. So I want to make sure that they're taken care of when other people are playing with them. I will give you just a little bit of music here to relax with, and I will rejoin you once we get more of the furnishings done. So I will see you a little bit later. I'm rejoining you here as we are almost done with the vet's office. We have the front entry laid out, we have the bathrooms done, and now we are working on the, I don't know, what you call this, like the surgery room, the operating room, the vet's like true office. You can debate in the comments, but I played around in the front of the entryway with like a little reception area. It would have really been aesthetics more than anything, just because you do have your guests check in on that little machine on the right as soon as you walk in. So I've tabled having like a large reception looking area until I can build another vet's office and another portion of the save file. I really liked the idea. It's honestly, it's only for aesthetics. And with this build being quite small and feeling a little bit more like homey and things like that, it just didn't really make sense. So I think that the space is way more functional this way, and it flows a lot better. So that is why I decided to just table that idea. I think that it's for the best, in my opinion. I do want to mention the upstairs. I did not furnish it. You can easily add like stairs or a little ladder to like this area right here, as long as you position it the right way to get your Sims up there. And you can add like a little apartment, or you can add an office if you wanted to. I just didn't want to, because honestly, I added the second level just to have height in the building. I want dimension in my save file, and I think that most of the other builds here are going to be one story, so I wanted this to at least have the height. And I wanted that roof to I do put like a little advertisement up there, so I wanted those details. I do put like a flooring and a bit of like curtains and stuff like that, so that way if you do use it, it's like easier for you. It's not like totally blank. It's like a bit of something. But I want to mention that just in case you're like, girl, you forgot that. Like, no, it's intentional, but you can use it if you want to. I do want to call out, this is an excellent use of the debug by myself. I'm gonna pat myself on the back here, because I knew I wanted some advertisements on the roof. You see me play around with another option later that looks a little bit different, but I just didn't like it. I like how this one looks more, but it looks like it was just kind of hanging there. So I used a fence, half of a fence from another pack from the debug menu. I sized it down a few times, and then I lifted it up using the 9 key, and that is how I made it look like it was attached to the roof, which for me, that made way more sense. So this is where you can see I'm like playing around with another advertisement, but I just, for some reason, this one I liked more. So I do want to call that out, because I thought that that was an excellent way of showing you guys how the debug menu, there are ways that you can utilize the items in there that you would maybe not think of, because it's not traditionally how it was used, but it is super helpful to have for like those kinds of situations. Like if you're like me and you are kind of annoying about those little kind of details on your save file and like your builds, debug will help you, I promise. I did also add in these like little seating areas, because I thought that that would also help make this feel more of a community lot and encourage more people to maybe hang out here. And if the vet was here for like a long day, and maybe their partner, or maybe they wanted to like go and grab lunch, like they've got like a little spot where they can hang out, have lunch, chill before or after clients, and just kind of relax as well. I do just have a few photos here for you, because we are done with the build. I want to say thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate you watching my video. Thank you again. Have an amazing day.